Hi everyone, welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to this reading. We're going to take a look at how you are ending this year. So we have pile number 1 here, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Make sure to choose your reading through your intuition. If you're not sure how to engage it, you can watch the video in the ribbon above and it will walk you through it. Once you've made your choice, the reading for you is in the timestamps in the description box in the comment below. So whenever you're ready, we will get started. Hi pal 1, welcome to your reading. Let's get into it and see how you are completing this year, how you are ending. We do have, Mercury retrograde going on at the end of this year, so there might be a little bit of like a carryover energy, but we'll see what we get. Okay, we have the Knight of Cups coming through as the principal vibe. And I really love this card because it talks about, romantic connections, friendships, your heart and artistic abilities are, being expressed here. Those of you who are doing some spiritual work or inner work, this indicates that you're finding more self-love and appreciation for your part of the process. It also shows that you're not trying to force anything to happen. It gives me a very organic type of feel. So no matter which way you're really focused at this time and whichever way you're taking action, it seems like you're pleased with whatever is going on at this time. I wouldn't say that the outcome is available yet. It is something that is ongoing. So if you're in a connection, the connection is ongoing. If you're writing a book, then the book writing is ongoing, things like that. Also, there can be some like fun times, and I'm looking at this cups, right? It's a chalice, maybe some wine, dine, it looks like a nice time. You're connecting with people on a deeper level. Maybe you're having some meaningful conversations and kind of understanding each other's intentions is something I hear. And this can be connected with like family members as well. It doesn't have to be strictly romantic if that's not something, you're interested in. But yeah, if you're looking in that department, then for sure it looks like you're connecting with someone here. And if you're in a connection, it can be that you're spending a very romantic time together, going on dates, creating dates, and it's just giving me a very cozy vibe. All right, let's get some more oracle cards, then we'll do some more tarot. How is pile number 1 ending this year of 2023, please? That's a lot. Okay, we have magic happens when you most expect it. Card number 44. So this can be, talking about connecting with your family or solidifying a bond that is ongoing. Stability, security, home, family, local environment, your personal self. That's just, yeah, we do like that, right? It's kind of giving that homey feel as well. So no matter what, regardless of if you're spending time with your family or not, you're still having a very cozy time here. You're feeling safe in your environment, you're feeling secure about where you are in life and all of that. I think your vibe in general is just high at this time. If you want to take advantage of this and manifest something, you totally can, because the astrology as well is pretty strong towards the end of the year. And it's sort of like go by your feeling, go by your intuition rather than logic, okay? That's an important tip if you're wanting to manifest something. We have You Are Living Poetry as well, which is a very, artistic card too. We have so many of the similar color themes. You might be having some important conversations around this time. You're expressing yourself, writing, and I feel like you're just feeling a lot of things, okay? You're feeling a lot of things. You're kind of going with that flow as well. Nobody's forcing anything. It's just feeling very, very organic to me. And that's when, all of these wonderful things, blessings, prosperities just kind of flood into your life. You're like, hey, this is better than I was expecting. And that just kind of moves you, right? There's a moving type of vibe going on here for you. I'm going to get some tea leaf cards. It's been a while since I've used them. I generally do it for the month ahead readings, but I don't know, I just feel like if we can get some literal things. Okay, let's see. How is pile number 1 ending this year of 2023? Okay, we have Vine, which says, instantly I'm like the vine of connection, so I feel like you're networking. Okay, but yeah, it says seek out information that will help you. What else? You might be thinking about something, learning something. It can even be that you're kind of learning something about another person, and that just makes you very happy as well. And we have announcement. You could have some announcement to make, or you're receiving some type of announcement. And the bell is so big that it can be a big deal. I'd normally never note the size of it, but yeah, it just feels like it's something you hear, and it's an announcement you're hearing, or it's an announcement that you are offering to others. And I think this is all like good wishes. Okay, it's all good wishes. Really happy for one another is a vibe coming through. Then we have a funnel which says period of frustration and lessons to be learned. This one is, I think, talking about how, like, if you're going through something right now, then some information that you find, or the way that you think about that situation, is going to lead you towards better times. Okay, now just keep in mind that we do have Mercury retrograde in December, so if you're going to rest, relax, and recuperate, then it's a very wonderful way of using time. But if you're trying to, force something to happen, then it's not going to work, because it just kind of has a mind of its own. And it's best when you try to channel it again intuitively, go by the flow. Don't try to put too many rules and regulations on something, and then it works out quite wondrously. Give yourself space. Okay, so the lessons to be learned could be those lessons of, self-love, appreciation, how to just let others be, and how, you can kind of establish boundaries if others are not letting you be, and be like, okay, you know what, this far and no more, thank you, I need my space. And while it might be a hard thing to do initially, it just makes you feel much better about yourself and your situation here. Okay. Okay, let's get some tarot cards now. How is pile number 1 ending this year of 2023, please? I'll get one more card flew, but I'm gonna get it. Let me get that one. So we have the 10 of Swords. We have the 8 of Swords. We have the 7 of Wands. Yeah, the boundaries, and kind of closing out a time of fear, or living in fear, feeling fearful, unsure, stuck. 3 of Cups and Ace of Wands. Very nice. So this is really making meaningful connections with people, connecting with friends who will be with you through thick and thin. Information, right? Don't try to solve everything by yourself is an important message I'm getting. So because people are there for you, okay? And seek out information that will help you. Could literally be like talking it out, or it can even be like write your thoughts to take it out of your head, and that'll help you process it and move on. Okay, this is especially if you're dealing with something that is difficult. Apart from that, it could be that you have like a lot going on. There might be a busyness going through here. Okay, but whatever it is, it just kind of makes you feel more inspired, right? You're like, okay, well, I have to deal with this somehow. And that can be through delegation of stuff, or it is through like saying no to certain tasks or activities and all of that, because you just have to do some other things for yourself. You're just ultimately prioritizing your gut instinct and your self-care in the time that you're spending with loved ones. All right. And I like the combination of 10 of Swords and the 8 of Swords, which means you're moving away from, stuck thinking, fears, insecurities. You're moving away from stopping yourself from experiencing things that are exciting and exhilarating for you. And Ace of Wands is a very exciting card as well. It says that there are sparks flying and you might make a new connection here, or if you're already in a relationship, you might be going on a date. It's flirtatious, it's like renewing your bond, and there's like nothing humdrum about it. You can even be having a party with your close friends and whatnot, to just celebrate December basically. And now, by the way, this is ending the year, right? So it's kind of going from November into December as well. So this frustration might come about in November. You might have like a lot of workload, or you're just dealing with your personal stuff and you're like, I don't know if I can get over this and all of that. Again, you might put yourself in a bubble. You're like going away by yourself in some way. You're like, I'm just going to deal with this and I don't care what others have to say. But you might find that people are constantly asking you to do something, or like there's texting, messaging, whatever your personal use cases. But that's what, like, you're kind of coming out of it much stronger, with a much better idea of who you are, what your needs and wants are, and you're able to exert those things in a friendly and approachable way, right? You don't have to be like, hey, you know what, back off, right? You're not angry about it once you get out the other side. You just know how to manage your thoughts. You know what went wrong, or what you were needing at that time. Some of you could have felt a little bit burnt out as well, and because of that, you're like overthinking your life, and you're like, well, I don't know what to do over here, and I don't like this, I don't like that, it seems like I don't like anything at this time and whatnot. But it looks like you're progressing away from that, because you're doing this very important work of, let me sit down and think about it. Let me really listen to my own voice and not get distracted with so many other voices. And by doing so, you find harmony within you. You also have support from, I did say friends, but also your spiritual guides and soul friends as well. Yeah, so there is a revival of your energy and renewal of your excitement, enthusiasm. I think you're a pleasure to be around as the year progresses. You feel like a pleasure to be around yourself. That's more important, right? There can be some like promises being exchanged as well among friends or something, like, I'll always be there for you, your stuff like that. Knight of Cups also is a promise type of card. There can be some celebrations as well. Perhaps some of you have birthdays. Yeah, okay. So plenty of evolution going through over there. Let's get some Astro dice. Now, we just now had eclipses in October, right? So it can even be that you're feeling some of those energies going strong in the month of November. We're all going to be feeling that. And especially if Libra or Taurus falls in your first, seventh, fourth, or 10th houses, you might feel it more strongly. And that's going to have more of a prominent ripple effect in November. It starts to chill out by half of December. Still, the ball has already started rolling, so you're kind of executing whatever the eclipse energies are. You're still going to realize those things, and or if you're expecting external outcome, then those things are still incoming and whatnot, but your part of things are going to, like, the intensity rather of the energy is going to chill out by the end, or rather the middle of December almost. Okay. All right, what else do we have for pile number 1? How are they finishing this year? We have the North Node, we have Aries, damn, okay, and we have 11th house. So North Node is in Aries at this time in the skies. So if you have Aries or Libra rising, this could be especially, loud for you. But yeah, we have 11th house, which is about friendship, networking. It's about your connection to humanity and what value you're providing to the outside world, your audience as well, if you have a public persona. Just friendships, having a good time. It can be also your hopes, dreams, and aspirations. If you feel like, I don't know where I'm headed, then this can be a time to, like, sit down and, like, really stew in that energy. not from a place of self-hate or something. It's just to figure things out, right? So figuring things out for yourself is a very important thing that we as a collective are doing. But yes, with the 11th house, it can say like, who are your friends? Who do you want to connect with? What types of groups do you subscribe to? And what fuels you? What energizes you? What is exciting for you? What do you want to put out there into the world? How do you want to come to service to the world as well, in a sense of joy and creativity, rather than, just to complete your duties? It's not too practical necessarily, but it's more like, what type of energy do you want to put out there, essentially? Okay, 11th house is a benefic house as well, so really nice for manifestations here, especially if it aligns with your hopes and it's not like a temporary thing that you want and all of that. But yeah, it probably will become more clear as the end of November approaches. All right. But North Node, wherever it is, there is growth and expansion. There is purpose as well. So when you connect with your friends, it's not just some, hey, so what's up? Yeah, you say what's up. It's not light and cursory. It is more likely going to be meaningful, motivating, inspiring. And it's like, you do this, and you're like, you definitely have got this. And I think you're going to hear some very meaningful advice or perceptions that are going to kind of encourage you to keep on going. All right. Really supportive people around you. So yes, and if you're going to meet some partner as well, if you're looking for someone, it is likely that you meet them through your friends or through your existing network. All right, so that's what I have for you, pile 1. Thank you so much for being here. I hope the reading helps you out. Let me know your thoughts. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye. Hi pile 2, welcome to your reading. Let's get into it and see how you are completing this year of 2023. So we have your principal energy coming through as the 6 of Pentacles with the moon in Taurus. This talks about generosity, equal give and take. There can be some financial blessings that come in, but also in terms of energetic exchange, you might feel like you are having effortless conversations with others. You might be doing some charity work, volunteering as well, or you are a part of organizations like that. Take it as it resonates. Apart from that, I think it talks about good health as well. You're doing your part, you're making your efforts, and you're seeing the results as well. All right. So this applies all across the board. Whichever way that you're investing your energy, you're also seeing some equal response. Let's get some oracle cards and see what else is coming through for how you're ending the year of 2023. Pile number 2, please. Okay, we have collaboration of souls coming through, card number 6. This is the Lovers and 2 of Cups energy kind of combined. It says that you're networking with others, you're spending time with your loved ones. This is that, soulmate energy as well. Maybe you're partnering up with someone in a financial setting, or, in terms of promises as well. Like, okay, we're going to get together now. We are officially in a relationship, or, something of that sort. One more. We have your soul shines. This is about you recognizing your worth. You're not selling yourself short. You're not diminishing other people's value either. You're following your intuition here. This can also talk about your natural skills coming to the surface, and you feel like you're able to express yourself more freely, conversationally, talent-wise, whichever way that you are more inclined. You're showing up more vibrantly. Others are taking notice of you as well. You might be getting some compliments around this time too. Let's see. Also, I'm hearing like you are magnetic. You're magnetizing certain people into your vibe that you would love to connect with, or have a long conversation with. Your visions and your beliefs are becoming clearer too. All right, what else is coming through for pile number 2, please? How are they ending this year of 2023? Oh, wow. we did, I literally mentioned the word compliments, and then we have admirer, which is that soulmate energy. But it can also be like close friends who like really admire you, your strength, your grit, your talent, whatever, right? So you're getting some compliments. You're definitely more visible around this time. You could be a Capricorn, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius is something I get also. Those are the zodiacs that are most active towards the end of this year, and the sun is going to be in those zodiacs, so then you're likely going to be more prominent. Okay, what else? We have Jug, which says lighthearted, carefree time. Yeah, see, the effortlessness is coming out very strong here. Okay, spending some good time with your loved ones, doing what you enjoy. It can even be just like going on a trip with someone, and it's just a really fun time. That's it. There's not too much seriousness going on. One last message, please. One card. Nice. We have the teapot, which says deep friendship with someone of the same sex. That doesn't have to be too literal though, but it's just, you're having a strong companionship, and it doesn't have to be that you're the same gender necessarily, even though the card says that. But I feel like it's just a close bond. It's like a childhood friend is something I hear too. It can be, a different gender, but you've shared a strong bond since the get-go, so you're kind of revisiting that, or you're sustaining that energy. You might be catching up around this time, and there's just a lot to discuss, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. We have teapot and the jug, so it feels like a lot of things. And we have the vase over here, so there's like containers going on. You have space to express yourself, space to be. I think you might be going to a lot of places around this time, like from a cafe to a restaurant to someone's home to, a different country, visiting your family, your friends. There's just a lot of spaces that you're entering at this time. All right. Let's see what else is coming through. Let's take a look at the tarot. Pile number 2, please. How are they ending this year? One by one. So we have 5 of Swords coming up. We have the 2 of Cups next. Then we have the Hermit. We have the 3 of Cups. And we have the Emperor. How dynamic. It's quite dynamic. Alright, so the Hermit is, I think, the most deep, and we're talking about lighthearted, carefree time and whatnot. But it seems like the Hermit is kind of collaborating with the 3 of Cups energy here. You're having like a strong bond with someone, and I think you're having some, meaningful discussions with them. It's like good stuff only, you're just talking about, how far you've grown and what you've experienced and what you've learned so far and how has this year been, things like that, which are not just, hey, the weather, right? Or did you hear about that person? It's not really gossiping. It's really meaningful conversations here. I think that like makes you think as well in the conversation itself. You might like recall certain challenges and things that did not work out, and then I kind of hear you saying, that didn't work, but that's for the best, because otherwise I would not have met this person, or this would not have happened. And just saying that much kind of helps you see past obstacles and difficulties in a different light. Okay, that's, I guess, a specific message, but yeah, I think these cards are very, very interconnected. And I also feel like you're getting motivated by your friends. If you have your own business or you're in a leadership position of sorts, you are being again, complimented, you're being more empowered and seen and whatnot by other people, but you feel like a boss as well. Okay, it feels like you know for yourself what you have been through and what that has made you. Okay, it's a very wholesome energy. Okay, so it's not like, oh, let's do some shadow work and soul searching, which generally the hermit would also symbolize. um Stay away from people, be introverted, those types of things. But it's not in that sense that I'm getting the energy, right? It's more like, let me think about that, and saying this makes me think, or like, observing how different people have different lives, that makes me think, or whatever the case is. The Emperor can also symbolize that you might be setting up some new structures as well for more financial gains, or you are getting a promotion, or advancing to another level, another company, collaborating with different groups of people. That is generally more empowering, even if it doesn't lead to directly financial gains. You're still like, yeah, I'm definitely in a better position over here. I feel like I'm appreciated. It's not like everybody is out to get each other, and it's not let's be at each other's throat type of energy. So you're like, yeah, I left my job, but I'm glad I did, because it helped me, discover myself, and I know better what I want, and therefore I'm empowered. Therefore, I have a very, very clear vision of what needs to be done next. Okay? You're really putting yourself in a very strong position here to make a new beginning starting next year. But keep in mind, December has Mercury retrograde, and it's going to go into the on the 3rd of January, Mercury goes direct again. So after that point, if you want to launch something new, do so. But maybe in December, just think about it, contemplate, prepare well, strategize, set up the basic structures and foundations, look at contingencies and whatnot. And yeah, after, I think, the first week of January, it's a good idea to launch anything that you want to. But this can also be symbolizing that you're not back at work until the first week of January as well. It might coincide like that. So in the meantime, you're just like, pumping yourself up. You're boosting yourself, and you're kind of doing all of the self-care. I feel like routines, hair, skin and diet, exercise, these types of things. Like, you're adding some like healthy things in there, healthy thoughts, healthy feelings, healthy food, whatnot. All right. Okay, now let's take a look at your astro dice. If you've had any misunderstandings in the past, by the way, with the Five of Swords, or even if in this time you have some misunderstandings, there is either, like, if you don't care about them, then you're going to move on from them, or if you do care about them, there is reconciliation. Okay. What else is coming through? Now, for those of you looking for love, by the way, the Two of Cups is and the Six of, not the Six of, yeah, Six of Pentacles plus the card number 6 there, they're all quite indicative of meeting someone, but it seems very, it's not through online dating, let's say. Okay, it is more like in person, organic. You just bump into each other, that type of thing. It's not manufactured. Okay, we have Mercury, Gemini, and the 11th house. A lot of air signs going on. Mercury rules Gemini. 11th house is where Aquarius would sit if we go by Aries being the first sign, sitting in the first house. So the 11th house is talking about humanity. It's about, what your audience, your network is, and how do you come across in the broader world. So Mercury in Gemini can talk about having a lot of conversations with many friends, catching up and thinking about all of these, dreams and wishes you have for your future, and how are you going about to achieve those things. I was talking about volunteering, charity work, all of those things as well are part of this. You might be someone who wants to have an organization like that, so you're thinking about it. You might be talking to some friends or people about that same thing, and you're like, whatever the procedure is, let me know so that you can, get started on it down the line. um I'm getting like you might have to do some like scheduling because you might be quite busy at this time. um yeah, it seems like a lot of people want to meet you, and the hermit energy is also giving me the feeling that sometimes you might want to just spend time by yourself, and that itself is joy, and it kind of gives you that lighthearted carefree time consistently. Okay. um but like don't pack yourself too tightly because again Mercury is retrograde in December. Okay, don't pack yourself too tightly, or like give some leeway to yourself. Like even if you get a little bit later, it's not a big deal. Maybe meet in a comfortable space as well, so that if your friend comes to your place while you're still taking a shower, it's no problem. They're not outside in the cold or in the rain or just waiting and looking at their watch. Right? And you can just come out and be like, okay, let's have some snacks and have some conversation, tea, wine, whatever. Yeah, so just keep it kind of lightly packed, loosely packed, so that everybody's comfortable in that whole time. But yeah, okay, that's just a tip. Apart from that, yeah, the conversations and the connections that you make around this time, they can be contributors to your future goals. So like note who is coming in as a new person. Okay. And even old connections who you've lost touch with, but you happen to like run into them, take note of them. Okay. Because yeah, that can lead to some like long-term stability type of situation. Not necessarily, it can be romantic for sure, but it doesn't have to be that. It can be that they become a business partner, or they're also interested in charity or volunteer work, or some other plan that you have for your business or humanitarian cause, whatever the case is, right? There is a likelihood that you have similar visions in some way, and you can have some different viewpoints and perspectives to bounce off each other. Hearing like lots of ideas that are coming up to the surface as well, that can be quite exciting to think about, to kind of imagine and daydream, but at the same time it's not like too wishy-washy. There is a chance for it to become reality as well. So you're not just oh, imagine if pigs could fly type of fantasy. It's realistic enough. Okay. So yeah, that's a whole range of things that's going on for you. I really like the purples coming through, the blues coming in, right? So that is speaking, connecting with people, being authentic about yourself, discovering more about yourself. So you just like, you feel more like you by the end of this year. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Pile 2. Thank you so much for being here. I hope the reading helps you out. Let me know your thoughts. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's get into it and see how you are ending this year of 2023. So the first principal energy we have here is the Wheel of Fortune. Very nice. This is indicating that you have some type of evolution going on, some growth, opportunities, doors opening, some messages coming through. You could be traveling abroad as well. The Wheel of Fortune also says like not graduation, but like higher education, and studying something new, getting some further awareness, some spiritual expansion as well. Yeah, this is just quite a lot of broad-minded type of thought. You could also be like planning for the year ahead, right? There can also be a time of reflection of how this year has been for you, and based on that, what do you hope to achieve next year, and what should you look out for the next year as well. It's just a very, yeah, like zooming out type of perspective coming through. So let's get some more oracle cards. Let's see what else is coming through for you. Pile number 3, please. How are they ending this year? We have imbalance, Libra, temperance energy coming in, justice vibe too. So yeah, you're finding a good balance between, not going too extreme with anything. You're celebrating, but you're not indulging to the point where you have a hangover the next day, or you're like overeating or overdoing anything. All right. But at the same time, you're not like punishing yourself and being like, no, I don't deserve this or whatever, right? So things are in balance. And I like this card for any type of healing that you're doing as well. Reconciliations too, partnerships of any kind are blessed. Then we have bliss is worth creating from. That's about following your heart and doing something that makes you feel at peace. So, in general, it's a prosperous, peaceful, balanced type of time. You're doing things you enjoy, but at the same time, you're not like overdoing anything. So, you're able to like sustainedly enjoy the rest of the year. I think like even through ups and downs from the external environment, you're still like keeping this. Focus that you are going to turn everything in your favor in some way. There's just this higher vibration, positive thinking, that type of quality going on. Let's say it's raining a lot, and then you're like, oh, it always rains, right? But then instead of being like, why does this happen to me? You might be like, okay, well, I have umbrellas, I have raincoats, I have, a vehicle, or, I don't have to go really far anyway. Something like that that just gives you a bit of a lucky break. Or you create your own luck as well with the Wheel of Fortune there. And we have the creating energy going on with the third card. So it seems like you're not giving into negative thinking or, when difficult circumstances come up, you're not like defeatist about it. Not in November, not in December. I think things are also shifting and changing around you, so you're just trying to find your balance. Like, let's say you have a lot of plans going on, you're like, okay, well, that is going to mess my routine completely, and I might feel like I'm not eating enough or I'm not hydrated or things like that. So you're like, okay, how can I, put some things, some systems in place so that, my life is in balance around this time. Okay, you're striving for peace here rather than excitement. You're striving for joy instead of, heightened emotions of any type. Okay, what else is coming through? Pile number 3. How are they ending the year of 2023, please? We have trouble, accusations with the frying pan. Let's get one more. We have ink pot, which says problems to be resolved. Yeah, I feel like this is connected with either a communication or a relationship. Okay. Yeah, there might be some like misunderstandings there. Need to be balanced out. Like I was saying, there might be like ups and downs here, but I think you're striving to find like resolution, a reconciliation, balance, things of that nature. We'll get some more tarot cards as well to get more specifics on that. What else? We have bread, which says period of prosperity and abundance. Nice. So that is kind of on the nose with the Wheel of Fortune energy, but it says that whatever is coming up here, it's not like disturbing your peace in any way. It's just something that comes up, right? Everybody just kind of faces something or the other in that month. It's not always just zen as, you know, it's not always the same thing. The Wheel of Fortune kind of emphasizes that things are turning, and whatever is great doesn't mean that it's going to stay there forever. There can be dips in energies as well. So like, don't be too hard on yourself or your relationships or whatever. Don't take it too personally, because that's also going to come back around. It's just a matter of like having that conversation with someone and to kind of see things from another person's perspective as well is something I get. And the bread energy is talking about that heightened vibe. Also getting that you could be like baking, cooking a lot around here. November, December. Yeah, maybe that's like a happy thing that you do. You like to bake or cook or something like that. It helps you ground your energy and it makes you think more. And maybe that's something you enjoy doing as well. All right, what else are we getting for pile number 3, please? We have the 6 of Wands. That is being recognized, complimented, being successful at something. Awards. the wheel is kind of taking you to the next level, right? So it can be like promotions as well, increments, or just like a praise, and you're just happy that your work is recognized or your contribution is being noticed. If you're a public persona as well, there can be like more views that you get, or more engagement you're getting. What else for pile number 3? Okay, we have the devil energy. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the King of Cups. And we have the Justice, which was coming through with the imbalance. Okay, so there might be certain toxicities that you are definitely trying to let go and balance out, certain addictions, emotional, mental, or, physical substances that you're trying to let go of, and find better, work-life balance or health, and spirituality, inner, outer world, and things like that. So whatever kind of makes you feel like you're captive to it here, obsessed, manipulated, kind of controlled by external circumstances, or your own actions or something, and you're like, I wish I could change that, or I wish I could like do things differently, but I don't know how. Stuff like that. I think you're like finding an answer over here that makes a lot of sense, but I think it's going to start with some self-love and compassion, because if you're like getting mad at yourself or other people, then that like doesn't lead to anything productive, right? It's a trouble that is a I'm getting look at the trigger and ask yourself, why does that trigger you? Okay, look at the trigger and ask it questions rather than run away from it or be shy about it or repress it in any way, because anything that is hidden is just going to come out in different ways. Okay, so yeah, kind of look at those answers. Now, on another level, the devil talks about the Capricorn energy, and it can say that you have to go through certain, hardships and struggles in order to find that sweet victory. All right. So nothing comes easy. Nothing worth having and worth keeping comes easy. And the devil kind of is like, okay, are you swayed by illusions? Are you going to give up now? Is your dream really not your dream? These are the points of testing that we need to answer whenever we're trying to achieve anything big. Okay, so instead of getting deterred and discouraged by those things, just treat them as like milestones. Okay, I'm seeing kind of like milestones. You do some work and then you put it into action and you see if it actually works. And if it doesn't, you definitely can like go back, modify certain things, and you can relaunch something, or you can have that conversation again. Then you see how far that takes you. And then if there are certain other hiccups along the journey, again, you can like go back, rectify certain things. I'm not saying you have to do all of these things, but like situationally as well, something needs to be changed, something needs to be adjusted in a way. And then, if once you take it forward, then it's going to make more sense down the line. Or it's just kind of preparing you in terms of perseverance, grit, determination, not caring about what others have to say, validating yourself, caring for yourself, not getting carried away, blah, 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 whatever it is. You are kind of learning that through the process. So kind of getting a message like, don't hate on the process, because that's part of bringing you into balance. Okay, now the King of Cups, I feel like this is a guide figure. It can be a parental figure, but it can also be someone that you look up to in general. Can be friend too, but more so I'm feeling an elder figure, who is very empathetic and compassionate. It can be a spiritual guide as well. This is indicating that phase of prosperity and abundance. It can even be you kind of heightening your energy, and you feel like this wiser, older person, regardless of your age, because your experiences have been quite rich and you have learned a lot from them. And I feel like you're recognizing your power a lot more as you proceed towards the end of the month, end of the year. There are definitely like celebrations going on, and I think you're being acknowledged for your contributions, for how far you've grown and how far you've come and all of that. But I feel like you're celebrating yourself as well, because you've done a lot. I feel like in this entire year there might have been certain roadblocks that you thought that you're not going to get over, and that no one's going to come in and help you. It's just you and you alone. But then at some point, instead of wallowing in it, you're like, yeah, well, you know what, if everything is on my hands, then I'm going to do whatever I want, right? That just put all the power into your space rather than putting you in a victim position. So then you just did whatever you had to do, and it's kind of leading you towards a lot of success and recognition for that. I feel like you're being looked up to as well with the King of Cups. Kind of take it as it resonates. Okay, everyone has a different pattern, different journey, but like these themes are definitely going to be a part of every person watching this reading. Yeah, the King of Cups can be another person who gives you that advice or wisdom and is that compassionate teacher figure, but it can also be you in that position because you have been through your experiences and you're in a position to share your wisdom. Okay, in terms of relationships, I feel it is more, I'm not sure if it is like a new connection or not, but regardless, there is a level of maturity that you're starting off on. Okay, the beginning stage itself is going to be mature. Like you agree on certain visions, you agree on what, is a no-go, what's not to be ventured into. It's not like, let's date and see what happens. It's not vague like that, because justice is like, no, this is my expectation from you. What is yours from me? And, let's just keep it clear. Okay, let's not have misunderstandings here, because you know how that goes. Okay, you don't want to be in that uncertain place. You don't have time or the patience to be dealing with something that is going to be wasting your time, or whatever you feel like is a waste of time for you. All right, so I think you're like managing expectations throughout the rest of the months, and you are kind of delivering on your part of the promises as well. I feel like there's so much empathy here that you are exhibiting. You're seeing things from other people's perspectives whenever, there are certain things to be resolved here. And it looks like there is resolution. Four of Wands is talking about celebrating something that is now stabilized. And, you're like, yeah, okay, a lot of work went into this, but, now that it's here, it's awesome, and we can totally celebrate and have fun. So spending time with loved ones, close friends, going out, um, yeah, that's definitely going on. Now, for others, if there can be a legalization of a relationship as well. Maybe you're like doing a court marriage or something, or you're like registering as partners, you're living together, or something like that. That's just a more serious type of vibe that's coming through with regards to relationships. Now, justice, apart from that, is talking about, karmic influences kind of doing their thing and leaving your life, because devil and the justice can say like some lessons needed to be learned, and once that is done, it feels like you're doing that by the end of this year. Once that is done, the influence kind of leaves your life. And this goes for even like physical, intoxications type of thing. Like if you were taking those things in order to feel a certain way, it might be like, I can't keep on banking on this, so I really have to stop running away or stop numbing the pain, and I have to like face up. And by doing so, you kind of stop the power of the devil energy. You kind of push through any obstacles internal, right? And that's what kind of brings you a more level-headedness. You're more zen and calm in general. You're more balanced. You've seen both sides, okay? It's not like one side is holier than thou or whatever. You've seen both sides, and because of that, you don't want to go to any extreme. Okay, I don't see anything that is like judging the other side or judging yourself, or none of that. It's a very neutral presence here, but in all the it's just very wise. It's very wholesome. Don't know what other words to use here. Okay, so let's get some astro dice to finish this off. What else can we know for pile number 3, please? How are they ending this year? We have 10th house, Scorpio, and Uranus. Okay. So this indicates an abrupt ending or a change of a profession or an occupation. This can also be talking about you taking on more of a spiritual or emotional, psychological counseling type of role, but you do things your own way. So let's say you've studied, counseling therapy, and that's what you do as a regular part of your work. But then you're like, I'm interested in tarot or astrology, let's say, right? So I'm just going to sprinkle in a little bit of that. So that makes you very unique, and it makes you stand out as a result of it. Kind of draws in more of your tribe as well. Apart from that, it can talk about changes in your status. So relationship status, or, if you want to be having a family and you've been having struggles with that, then you're kind of, focusing on that, resolving certain issues. Maybe you're getting some tests done and you're just taking care of yourself, keeping your hormones in check and whatnot. And that is going to lead to all of a sudden, now there you go, you're pregnant, or you're adopting some child or something like that. That's just suddenly there is a change of something, and that can trigger some emotional responses here as well. Scorpio 2 is all about the deep shadow work too. So as you do some inner work and, like I said, observe your trigger and ask it why it's here and whatnot, then you will see that there is a breakaway or a breakthrough energy coming in. All right. So that's what I have for you, Pile 3. Thank you so much for being here. I hope the reading was insightful for you. Let me know your thoughts. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye. Hi, Pile 4. Welcome to your reading. Let's get into it and see how you are completing this year. So the first card, the principal energy for you, is the sun. Very nice. So this is about life-giving, generating type of vibe here. Perhaps you're visiting someplace warmer, tropical places, or close to the sun, close to the beach, Mediterranean, stuff like that. And you're having a lot of fun. There's excitement, warmth, generosity. You could be spending time with your children as well, if you have any, or with your nephews, nieces, whatever, your cousins as well. It just gives a very illuminating, wholesome type of vibe. Those of you who are wanting to get pregnant as well, this is a very good card for that. Apart from that, let's see. You're expressing yourself quite clearly. Think you are showing up and you're prominent. You could be a leader figure in some way. I just keep getting clarity. Like some solution is coming to mind as well. So anything that you're stuck with, there can be just some possible solutions that you're coming up with around this time. Okay, let's get some more cards. Pile number 4, please. How are they ending this year? We have inflow with money, which is, what it says, literally. But also it's about recognizing your worth and, pricing your items correctly, for example. And also it says that you are you could be donating or giving money to people who you think are deserving of it. So if you are an investor or something, then this is saying that certain investments are paying off. Okay, and people are appreciating your contribution as well. You could be coming up with some money making ideas. Generation, right? The sun is all about generating life, sustaining life. Seems quite dynamic because we have inflow, so there's some activities going on. What else? Health and abundance, higher vibe. Think you have a positive mindset overall. One more card. Okay, we have magic happens when you most expect it. This is card number 43, and then this one is 44. So there's a progression that's happening here. And 44 talks about stability, security, home and family environment, coziness. So yeah, I think there's you're able to have a family because you're coming into more money, or you have like a stable job or a stable sense of security. So you're like, okay, now I can focus on the things that I actually want to do, and I can invest my finances in a way that it takes me to even more, prosperity and growth in the future. Something of that sort, where you're like feeling optimistic about the future in general. Okay. Um, there can be like some people in your family as well that you're giving some financial help to, not getting a very like needy type of energy. Maybe it's like a gift that you're offering, gift vouchers and things like that. um yeah, or it's something that your that initial optimism that you feel when you come into more money, or you recognize your worth, or whatever the case is for you. I don't know what, like, it can be internal, it can be external, depending on your type of journey in life, right? Not everyone deals with internal exploration, but at the same time, not everybody deals with external stuff, so take it as it applies. But I feel like that initial optimism is going to be like a domino effect, and you'll see that you're manifesting more things that you didn't explicitly ask for with more ease. And I'm also getting like gratitude. You're very grateful for things that are there for you and the people as well. What else is coming through? We have flowers signifying happiness. That's kind of what the. Uh, Sorry about that. Okay, so all right. So the sun card symbolizes happiness, right? And that's what's coming through here. Flowers also is saying that maybe there's like a token of appreciation, compliment, some again gift vouchers, some like, I don't know, some perks is coming to mind. Maybe where you work, they're giving you some like extra bonuses, maybe a free, coffee, or a free, lunch, or something like that. Okay, something is just a happy surprise. Um, Also, this is giving like spring energy, right? Even though it's like very winter. Um, or actually, if you live down under, then of course this is like very summer, but this is giving that spring energy of like new life, new budding, that generative type of quality. So it can be that, some of you are getting pregnant if that's what you are wanting, or you're like adopting someone if that's something you're looking for, or any other method that you are looking into could be leading you to success. What else? We have, wow, we have needle and thread, which says a sincere wish will be granted. Um, so you're like truly, truly, like deeply very happy, and I think this has something to do with your family or your sense of stability. Okay. It can be like you're getting a home, you're able to afford that home, you are able to live by yourself for the first time ever, you feel like you're growing up, or like, you can like share this news with other people, and it's something you've been wanting for such a long time. It can be a success, achievement, things like that, which are like more long term, and something you've wanted for a while, or you feel like this is just the right opportunity you needed to take yourself in your life to the next level. One more. We have claw, which is be careful, do not take risks. Just as we were on a high, this comes in and says, okay, chill out. So like, don't freak out about it, and like, don't take it too far. Don't like take risks and whatnot. Let things come as they do. Like, let it be organic. Let things just flow. And just be watchful of your resources, and especially when it connects with health or blessings and things like that. Don't announce it to people who don't have good intentions for you, or like be like, okay, I came into extra money, I'm going to spend everything right now, right? Like, think about what you're really wanting, because there's a strong likelihood you're going to get what you want, but you might have to like invest in that area, or like focus yourself in that area, because we have needle and thread. You have to kind of focus to get it through. Okay, get the thread through. Okay, sincerity, yeah. And if it is truly sincere, then of course you're not going to like risk it. Okay, what else? Pile number 4. How are they ending the year? That's way too many. Okay, we have the Hierophant coming through. We have the King of Wands coming in, which is, by the way, the Sun connects with Leo because it rules the zodiac of Leo. King of Wands as well, it represents all the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But I generally associate that with Leo, especially in this deck because we see Lion over there. And Leo is connected with creativity and children, connecting with your inner child as well. So if you're someone who has just started their career, for example, and you're getting your first paycheck, the clause says, okay, don't spend all of it at once, but at the same time, like, you can have fun a little bit. You can definitely spend as you wish. You don't have to depend on your parents or something like that. So that's exciting. For sure, treat yourself, but then don't overdo it, because then you might feel stuck again with the Eight of Swords. Then we have the Empress energy, which is again emphasizing the pregnancy part, but also is very creative, very intuitive here. Okay, so you might have some, also it's like, she knows her worth. Okay, and that's what makes her prosperous. Yeah, she's very prosperous. She feels like there is enough to go around, and she has that rich mindset. And if she puts her mind to something, if she like truly desires something, and the King of Wands like takes action on it, then it will happen. Okay, it just will happen. There's no like, will it not, what if this, what if that. There's no conditions over here. Okay, and we have the World as well, which is about graduation to the next level. So it can be literal graduation, but it can also be like completing your final exam, and then now you're just waiting on the results. It can be finishing your applications, and everything is just going to start next year. So then you're kind of wrapping things up. The Empress is giving me like indulgence type of vibe. Yeah, the King of Wands as well can be overindulging a little bit. Yeah, so be careful. Do not take risks. Indicates like, especially if you're doing like certain substances, then just be watchful about what you are taking in, because it's going to determine how you feel about yourself as well. Like, yeah, like paranoia coming about, or like certain fears and triggers could come to the surface and things like that. I don't think it's like spoiling your entire end of the year or something, but yeah, some of those things can definitely surface, and they have to go through a little bit of a serious looking into in order to bring about healing. And it's not like a frivolous time. I know I'm saying that you're happy and you're great and all that. It's not, but it's not like, yeah, whatever, no cares in the world. And, it's not that kind. King of Wands is like a very mature energy. The Empress as well is a mature energy. And the World literally says you're maturing to the next level. The Hierophant is a very serious card as well. But serious does not mean that you're not happy, right? It's just not superficial in any way. Okay, so it can be that you're like transforming certain things, and things that were unclear or disempowered, or you felt like a victim in some cases. The Sun is like giving you that clarity in the solutions to get you out of your situations, or you have this epiphany around this time, which is like, okay, this is how I hold myself back, and you know what, no more, no longer. I will not let this happen to me, and I will not allow for this to continue. I will not hold myself captive. There are many ways that you're like empowering yourself. It's coming out from the inside out, and it really oozes out into your environment. You see these staircases in the Hierophant. It says that you're moving on, you're progressing onwards and upwards. 43, 44, progression energy. We have 3 and 21 as well, adding up to 3. 3s talk about being guided and awakenings, and like you're moving on, you're being supported by more entities than just yourself and your higher self, right? There are some guide figures around you. It can be a mentor figure as well. It can be a mother figure that is very nurturing and is, helping you out. And also, like in the pregnancy case, this can be like, the Eight of Swords, thinking that that's not possible at this time, like, why is it not happening? Why are things not working out? And things of that nature. And then you kind of have to take certain actions, maybe do some tests, or, change your diet, your lifestyle, maybe take some, vitamin pills or something like that, right? Some adjustments are being made, and that creates the perfect conditions for life to exist. I feel like certain things intuitively, and you're following up on that. And Eight of Swords as well, you gotta listen to your intuition, and sometimes it can feel very difficult to do that if the fear is enveloping. Okay, but because all of these other cards are so empowered, I don't feel like you're getting bogged down by the Eight of Swords. Okay. The Hierophant is Taurus energy. The Empress is Venus energy. Venus rules Taurus. So I feel like whatever benefit or growth is coming about, it's definitely taking you to a whole nother plane. The Hierophant can be a teacher as well. If you're in college or school or something, it can be a teacher, mentor, and they can be a very powerful guide for you. They could be giving you pieces of advice on what to do next after college, or what electives, so that, take it as it resonates. But, like further guidance that's coming through, and you don't feel as confused or lost. I think you have the necessary information as well. So wherever you felt like something is not working out, but you really truly want it, or you seek it, and you know that whatever this wish is, you would be very grateful for, and it would really make you happy, and not for right now, but all the time. I think that kind of wish is coming about here. Okay, Astro dice, please. Pile number 4. We have Neptune, we have the 7th house, and we have Aries. Okay, so Neptune is about idealism, fantasy, artistic intuition, abilities. 7th house is other people, your projections, one-to-one connections, and romantic relationships. Aries is about empowerment. Okay, so it seems like you are feeling empowered by helping others or through others in some way, and you're expressing yourself more creatively and artistically, and what you have to say also has a powerful impact on others. There's like this synergy between you and other people. Okay, it can be you, it can be, this time is between you and another person that is more of a private nature, and you might be a little bit unsure or unclear about what this relationship is, or what it means, or where is it going, or if it is even possible to take it to the next level or whatnot. But that fogginess is kind of like pierced through by this Aries energy, which is also a fire sign, interestingly, right? There's definitely some action and initiative being taken, either by you towards another or by another towards you. Okay, that is going to clear the fog. Ultimately, it's like, how do you relate to one another is going to matter. Someone is kind of fiery, and someone is more receptive and like compassionate, kind of holds the space and creates space for things to grow and flourish. Yeah. Okay, well, that's what I have for you, pile number 4. Thank you so much for being here. I hope the reading helps you out. Let me know your thoughts. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye.